Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor. Tonight, we'll be discussing the latest news. We'll take a look at what's going on in Bluffton business and entertainment, and we'll hear from this week's newsmakers. This week, Kim Valchik will treat us to news of this year's Bluffton Farmers Market, and Matt Green explains how Buckwalter Place is a key player in regional economic development. But let's start things off with Bluffton's current headlines. An extensive investigation into recent vehicle break-ins has led to the arrest of 2 Bluffton residents. Since January 2012 to present, there have been 57 vehicle break-ins within the town of Bluffton. All vehicles were reported unlocked and there was no forced entry. The majority of items stolen were electronic items and U.S. currency. Investigators who've been working the cases were able to obtain a store video in which 2 individuals, Al Jordan Mitchell, 19, and Alfonso Powell, 18, were seen using a stolen gift card from one of the vehicles. A search warrant was obtained for Mitchell and Powell's residence, and a total of 37 felony charges of breaking into a motor vehicle were filed against Powell and Mitchell's. The Bluffton Police Department suggests to residents that they secure their vehicles at all times when left unattended and to remove anything of value from them. The Bluffton Farmers Market kicked off its season with a beautiful day in Old Town on Thursday. Thousands of people flocked to Calhoun Street to open the season. Several vendors, including chocolates and sweets, made their debut appearance at the market. This year, there are about 6 new vendors at the farmers market, and visitors should expect more educational programs this year, including chef demonstrations, nutrition talks, and master gardener programs. The farmers market in Bluffton runs every Thursday through December 20th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., excluding Thanksgiving Day. And the Heritage Classic Foundation is distributing funds to those in need thanks to a grant from the Verizon Foundation. The Verizon Foundation awarded the 3-year, $1.5 million grant to the Heritage Classic Foundation in 2011. Each year, half of the grant is used to continue the Heritage Scholar Program. The other half is used to fund nonprofits that focus on education and health care. 15 4-year scholar grants will be awarded to graduating Beaufort County seniors for 2 more years as a result of this grant. The 2012 awards will be announced during a March 27 luncheon. A federal grand jury has indicted 20 Low Country residents on charges of misusing Social Security numbers and providing false employment information. The 20 range in age from 25 to 50 and currently are in jail. Diana Salazar with the Latino Association of Charleston says she's been helping 12 of those who have been indicted. Salazar says she thinks they are from Mexico. She says the numbers were not used for identity theft, but just so they could work in the area. She says one of those arrested has been in the area at least 15 years and has 6 children, including a daughter who is American. The Beaufort County School District will honor 26 high school seniors, including 5 from Bluffton High School, for outstanding academic achievement at Thursday night's annual Senior Scholars Banquet. Seniors who receive this recognition have maintained a 3.5 grade point average, are in the top 10% of their classes, and have earned at least 85 average in each quarter of all of their high school courses. This year's guest speaker at the banquet is one of the honorees, Tibra Wheeler of Bluffton High School. Wheeler was recently named a finalist in the National Achievement Scholarship Program awarded by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. Reverend Robert E. Guglielmone, Bishop of Charleston, announced on Thursday that a $3 million donation has been made to support the construction of Pope John Paul II Catholic School, which will be located in Okatee. According to Guglielmone, this donation will significantly enhance the efforts to build a Catholic school in the Low Country. The gift could allow the first phase of Pope John Paul II Catholic School to open its doors within the next 2 to 3 years. The $3 million is a gift from the Richard D. Ennin Charitable Remainder Trust. The school will be built at a location central to the diocese's Low Country Deanery on Highway 170 near Okatee. A construction timeline will be announced at the completion of the current capital campaign. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources listed on your screen. Coming up, BJ Frazier of the Bluffton Sun will bring us up to speed on the latest news in Bluffton when we return with Hot Off the Presses on the Bluffton News. Welcome back. Joining me now is BJ Frazier of the Bluffton Sun. BJ, one of the things I love most about Bluftonians is their love of fun and entrepreneurial spirit. And from what I hear, two such guys have gotten together and created a new local rum. What can you tell me about that?
Well, these two Bluftonians, Mitch Brown and Gavin Wright, were out on the May River some time ago. They were doing a little fishing, a little talking, a little rum drinking, and they decided that, like everything in Bluffton, that Bluffton needed a local rum with its own low country taste. And it was a great idea that was spawned, and they started to, when they got back on land, to develop plans to create this rum that eventually became known as Pocotalio. And what they've done is they came up with the flavor, and then once they discovered the flavor they wanted, they found out that it would cost tens of thousands of dollars to develop on their own. So they went to some companies that actually do that. If you bring a flavor to them, they'll actually create the beverage for you. So that's what they're in the process of doing now. It's going to take many months to do, but they say the taste is great, and I'm sure it's going to be one of those unique flavors.
Well, hopefully they'll have that ready in time for St. Patrick's Day next year.
I think that's their goal.
Last week, the mayor delivered her State of Bluffton address. What was her focus, BJ? Well,
Mayor Selka feels strongly, as does the town council, that they want Bluffton to be the business center of Beaufort County. They think that's where the growth lies in the future, and witness the new incubator that just hired the new executive director. And they think our focus for growth should be business, and they think by 2017 it will be well on its way to doing so. They want us to become to business what Hilton Head is to tourists.
Well, that's exciting news indeed.
That's right.
Now, how is our Beaufort County treasurer doing these days?
Well, Doug Henderson took over as treasurer, I think about a year and a half ago. And he took over a fairly inefficient operation, and he's managed to save $115,000 in his budget so far this fiscal year, which is not up until for a few months. And he's done it through mostly adding efficiencies, cutting back on advertising, cutting back on legal expenses and overtime. And more than the money, the important part is that the department has become more efficient and more pleasant to deal with.
All right. Now, what's the scoop with the Beaufort County school system these days?
Well, they've extended the deadline where if you would like your child to go to a special school within the county outside of your zone, you can apply for that transfer, and that new date is April 6th. And it's critically important because if you have a child that you feel and the school feels that you are is gifted in, say, fine art, there is an institution that can be transferred to, and it would develop that skill, and it may make a difference in that child's life for the rest of their career. So April 6th. It's to find out more about it, look in this week's Sun, and we have all the details along with the rum story. So.
All right. Well, I'll definitely be wanting to get the whole scoop on that one. Thanks a lot, BJ.
Thank you, Anneliza.
Up next, Shelley West Hodges will join us with what's new in Bluffton business right here on the Bluffton News. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Shelley, thanks for joining us tonight. Hey, I understand that you're going to tell us about a new franchise that's going to teach us all about clean living in Bluffton.
Yes, Anneliza. It's called Advantage Clean of Beaufort County, and it's owned by Eric Itkor, and he is also the regional director for the South Carolina franchises. He helps train and start other franchises in South Carolina.
What exactly does Advantage Clean specialize in?
Well, they specialize in air quality, and they come in and clean your ducts and address any mold issues you might have. They do water damage cleanup and just really try to make your home healthy for good, clean air.
And how can we learn more about them?
You can go to AdvantageClean.com and just look for the location for Beaufort County, and you'll see Eric's site.
Well, that is definitely the kind of clean living I would like to enjoy. Now, I have to move on to a topic that unfortunately strikes fear to the heart of many. Shelley, what's the word out there in terms of getting our taxes in on time this year?
Well, there's still time to do your taxes. I know a lot of people procrastinate, but there's a great place called Liberty Tax, and people need to go ahead and get in there. It's not too late.
And where are they located, Shelley?
They're over in Kitty's Crossing, and that is owned by Don Brashears, and they are open from 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, which is great for people who, work 9 to 5. They have time to go after hours, and they're also open on Saturday, 9 to 5.
Well, I'm definitely going to sleep a little better tonight with that information. Now, as we head full force into wedding season, what kind of networking opportunities are out there to help local businesses reach out upcoming brides?
Well, there's a great group, and it's called Low Country Wedding Professionals, and that is run by Lisa Manning, and she is an event coordinator here in the area, and they pick different places around town to meet in different venues, and they meet once a month. And it's great for people who are photographers, florists, lighting specialists, anybody that does decorating. It's a great networking group.
Now, is there anything special that you have to do to get involved with this group?
You can just go to Facebook for Low Country Wedding Professionals and contact Lisa Manning through that site.
Thanks so much, Shelley. When we come back, Kim Viljak, manager of the Bluffton Farmers Market, is going to tell us how we can get the most out of this season's Thursday market. Welcome back to the Bluffton News. As mentioned earlier this evening, the Bluffton Farmers Market is in full swing, and it is absolutely the place to be in Old Town Bluffton on a Thursday afternoon. Kim Viljak is here to tell us all about it. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you for having me, Anneliza.
Hey, how did this week's opening go?
Oh, it went great. We had a fantastic day. The weather was beautiful. The folks were out, huge crowds. Local folks, visitors from all over the country were there. We had all of our produce vendors return from taking some winter months off and welcomed some new vendors that we'll be having this year.
You know, I noticed actually, because it's not like this is a mystery to me as I was there, and it was a beautiful day, and it did seem to me like there was a lot more going on this year.
Yeah, we had a lot of activities going on, especially for the opening day, and we're going to have more of that throughout the year. Chef demonstrations, we have talks on nutrition, all kinds of educational opportunities we're going to offer this year.
Good. Now tell me a little bit more about the chef demonstrations. That sounds pretty exciting.
Yes, that's a lot of fun. On the opening day, we had Chef Bruce from Belfair Plantation. And what happens is they choose a menu item where you can find most of the ingredients at the market. They show you how to prepare it, and then they send you home with a recipe card, and you can also buy those ingredients on your way home from the market.
Well, I have to say, you know, as popular as the farmers market has become, and it seems like there's a ton of people there, there are still people who don't know about it. And most of the time when people think of farmers market, they're thinking fruits and vegetables. But it's so much more. Tell us a little bit about what the vendors provide.
It's a lot more than that. It's a great community event. With the fresh fruits and vegetables that we have there, we also have fantastic baked goods that are there. We have prepared foods that you can enjoy while you're there.
The crepe lady, she's awesome.
Yes, yes, fantastic. As well as things that you can take home to prepare. We have fresh pastas, grass-fed beef, honey, things like that that you can take home and make your own dinner with.
All right, well, now you have to give us all the details of when and where and how we get more information.
Sure. We are open every Thursday from 2 until 7. We are at the Carson Cottages in Old Town Bluffton, right at the corner of Calhoun Street and Lawrence Street. And then you can also check us out on our website or follow us on Facebook to find out what kind of events that we have planned for that week.
Thanks, Kim. I'll definitely be seeing you Thursday.
Great. See you then.
Now, as Buckwalter Place continues to grow into a focal point for Bluffton and the surrounding areas, we're pleased to welcome Matt Green, who's been involved with this project from the ground up. Recently named Bluffton Regional Business Council Member of the Year, clearly you are the man who knows his stuff. Matt, why don't you start by telling us a little about Buckwalter Place and where it's located?
Well, thanks, Anneliza, and I appreciate you having me on the show here. Buckwalter Place is a 94-acre mixed-use Newtown development located near the intersection of the Buckwalter and Bluffton parkways. It's an interesting location that was set aside almost 10 years ago when a lot of Bluffton in the whole Newtown region was being annexed into the town by international paper. It sits equidistant almost from Savannah to the south, I-95 to the west, Beaufort to the north, and Hilton Head to the east. So from a geographic standpoint, it's really located in the center of everything from a demographic standpoint, as well as from an infrastructure standpoint with some of the major roads that are in place. Buckwater Place is unique because it's really, as I mentioned, it's a Newtown development. And so what we're trying to do is bring a conglomerate or really integrate real estate uses into one setting. You don't see it much done in this area often, but it's almost like your traditional Main Street USA, where we're going to bring all these things together in one setting and really give people a chance to experience a sense of place or a community or an atmosphere that things work off of one another. So it's kind of goes back to the live, work, shop, play, dine that you hear a lot in the market. And that's exactly what Buckwater Place is trying to do. And we're trying to do it from a greenfield standpoint or a new standpoint.
Well, it does seem like it would be a great place to live. You've got the Publix right there. You've got Station 300 when you want to go have fun. All kinds of vendors. It really does seem like a neat area.
Yeah, we've really tried to, we've had some great success early on locating our anchors. Publix was one of the first anchors that we solidified, and they're just a great business model and a great partner for us. Itkor National, which is a national company that just so happened to relocate to Bluffton, South Carolina, in the evidence-based medicine business. Really is a true pioneer from an economic sustainability standpoint. Really is what we're really trying to evolve this project around, is that economic sustainability. Certainly the town of Bluffton is a great public partner in this, building the new 21,000 square foot law enforcement center. And then most recently you have a couple additions with the Station 300, which is a state-of-the-art 33,000 square foot family entertainment center. And the construction just began on a new Exxon high-end gas market concept, as well as a McDonald's. So really, again, it kind of gets back to putting some of those pieces together on the master plan to create this atmosphere.
Now, what kind of opportunities are available out there for our listeners?
Well, there's several opportunities, and I appreciate you asking that. This project is a little different from your traditional lifestyle center or power center in that we're really trying to integrate or grow the project from within based on the economic sustainability. So Itkor is a perfect example. We're really trying to create an atmosphere around the Itkor and what some of their needs are. So they have social needs, they have cultural needs, they have living needs in terms of residential or whatever it may be. So what we're out there looking, from a listener standpoint is we need people that see this vision or see the opportunities out there to really create a true sustainable mixed-use Newtown center here in the region. And opportunities, whether it's from an investment standpoint, we have social opportunities. We have a farmer's market that's out there that we support some of the local residents. We have greenway initiatives. We have environmental initiatives. We have economic development initiatives. In terms
it kind of goes on and on, doesn't it?
It goes on and on. Yes, it does.
It's amazing. It just sounds like Buckwater Place has a ton to offer. Thank you so much, Matt, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as the weather heats up, so does the events calendar here in Bluffton. Rodney Vaughn is on location this week with news on the latest fun when we return with more Bluffton news. Tonight on the Bluffton News, we're sending you out to Wild Wing Cafe in Bluffton for this week's edition of the Bluffton Entertainment Report. Out to you, Rodney.
Thanks, Anneliza. And now that we're all rested up from Savannah and the activities from the St. Patrick's Day Parade this past weekend, we're here to talk with Dave Tanzik, the general manager at Wild Wing Cafe in Bluffton. Dave, I guess you guys had a great St. Patrick's Day weekend as well.
Absolutely. We had a great weekend. We kicked off March Madness as well. We're looking forward to this coming weekend as well.
Sure. This weekend we're wanting to introduce the 17th Annual Wing Fest, which is gearing up on Hilton Head Island. And we want to talk a little bit about your restaurant's participation in the event from the past 17 years. You guys have been involved in the festival ever since its inception, right?
Yes, sir. And we're looking forward to a great Wing Fest this year as well.
That's awesome. I know there's going to be a lot of people out for the event.
Every year.
Speaking about wild wings, how many varieties of wild wings do you have here as far as flavors?
We have 34 different flavors that are available with the boneless and also the chicken wings.
Yeah, I usually get the boneless wings, but a lot of people are fans of the regular wings.
Absolutely.
Certainly are. And you have some specials that run throughout the week that will also be available.
Absolutely. Down on Hilton Head, we do the 2 for Tuesday, where you buy 8, get 8 free. That goes for wings and boneless wings. Here out in Bluffton, every Wednesday night, we call it Wing Ding Wednesday. We offer the same. Buy 8, get 8 free. Buy 12, get 12 free. It's usually one of our best nights of the week, and we look forward to it every week.
I can understand, and I've taken advantage of that myself a few times with a group of friends.
Absolutely.
There's going to be special entertainment, of course, at the event, but can you tell us about what Wild Wings is having?
Well, down on Hilton Head this weekend, we have Big B and the Stingers kicking it off Friday night, finishing up on Saturday with good times. Friday night drink specials are $3, $2, $1 rotating specials. Here in Bluffton, we got the Bradwell's Band, and on Friday, with Double Down Fridays, double down any drink for an extra $1. And Saturday, we got Sun-Dried Vibes. We're looking forward to a really good weekend, and with the tournament coming on, come on in, you'll get every game here.
It sounds great. So you got a little bit of wild wings, a little bit of drink, and a little bit of entertainment. It's
Absolutely.
A perfect blend.
Every weekend.
Well, this year's Wingfest is a weekend-long, fun-filled party where over 6,000 pounds of wings will be served from various area restaurants. The event begins on Friday, March the 24th from 5 to 8 p.m. and continues until Saturday from 11 to 6 p.m. For more information on the event, you can go to islandreccenter.org. Make sure you stop by Wild Wing Cafe on your way to or from the 17th Annual Wingfest at Shelter Cove Park in Hilton Head Island. And now I'd like to talk to you about another event. I'm proud to be involved in a production that is coming up at the Sun City's Magnolia Theater. We're doing a production of Some Things Afoot, which is a British murder mystery comedy, and that event begins on the 23rd and runs through the 30th. For more information, you can purchase tickets at the door, or you can call 645-2700. And now, back to you, Anneliza.
Well, that sounds like the place I want to be this weekend. And speaking of fun things to do, be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/WHHI TV so you can stay in the know. All right, it's time for you to meet Apollo. This Lab Retriever Shepherd mix is a well-rounded little guy who is ready and willing to please. At just 6 months old, he is curious and outgoing and will provide years of love and devotion. Apollo was previously in a home with several children and another dog, making him the perfect candidate for any family. For more information on Apollo, contact Brookshaven Animal Rescue at 25 Buck Island Road in Bluffton or call 843-757-7387. Thanks for joining me tonight for the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Anneliza Itkor for the Bluffton News. We'll see you next time.